Hey guys, and back with a new video. You have seen the wallpaper right here. What if Deku had sunshine? Now I'm very excited for this what if. I have always wanted to make this one, but I couldn't think of a story that much betterly. Now let's start the story. Part 1. What if Deku had sunshine? Now sunshine, it will not be a quirk. It will be just like how Izuku will get this. I'm going to tell you. Now, Izuku, when he was born, he was considered to be strongest among all. Now for something, Izuku is that child of Endeavor's child. Yes, Endeavor's child. Now Izuku was considered to be the strongest because Endeavor had two wives. Now Izuku was born before Todoroki and before Todoroki. Now Endeavor think that Izuku would be stronger. I think because he was born first. He wanted to know what kind of son he is, but unfortunately he didn't have a quirk. He was quirkless. Now, because of this singularity, his mother always despised him. Said that you are not my son. You are a piece of trash. Every single day, his mother called him trash because of it. He then Izuku had another sister. Had a sister. The sister was blessed with the power of fire. She can ignite her body into fire and she can fly. Now Izuku said, "Why am I like this? Why was I born differently for mother?" Said, "No matters, but I will still be strong, no matter the cost." Then every single time every single day Izuku's sister used to beat him up because they were only 1 year down Izuku. Every single day Izuku's sister used to bully him, ignite him with fire every single day. And then one day the day come, Izuku said, "Enough, please don't hurt me." With a crying voice said, "Please do not hurt me, please. I am I am dying, do not hurt me anymore." Then said, "Do not hurt you. I'm going to hurt you to the hell." She keep burning him. Then Izuku's power, not the power, the sunshine power came into Izuku. His appearance changed. Then that the time was there, he was just 5-year-old child. The time he just become little bit. In this sunshine, he will not be having the muscle thing. It will be later on, not right now. He will get he just snap. He ignite. In the luckily that time was noon. More burden for the sister, right? Now he got to a prideful self of him got there. A pride, suddenly a confidence, a boost of powers getting into him. He ignites a great fireball just like this. In the picture you can see. And his sister was scared out of hell because it just looked like a sun. A lion symbol appeared in his back just like this, and he used this move at his own sister, and he burned his sister half face. Now she was in a critical state. Her mother and Endeavor didn't come really because a son of a bitch Endeavor. Now her mother said, "You are a monster, get away." Then started to hitting him, getting him to police. Then he said, "When I didn't have any power, they call me a piece of trash. When I have power now, they call me I'm a monster." I think I said he was just thinking. Said, Are every villains like me? They are born just like me? He always said to himself, said, why is the world like this? When I become the strongest, everybody hate me, think of me as a monster. Inko called Endeavor. Endeavor came and said he has a fire quirk and said yes, and he said he was willing to kill our daughter. And Endeavor got little bit mad, because I'm mad. What she said is she is stronger than Todoroki. Then in this, what if Todoroki is a girl? Yes, of course. She is a girl. Then Endeavor said, oh, that daughter is stronger than Todoroki. I must keep her. And said, okay, I'm coming. And said he never saw his father, but he knows he saw him in picture. He said his father came and said, you have a fire quirk. Let me see. Then Izuku couldn't use his fire because that time was night. The unfortunate time. That time was night time. At the age of 5 said, worthless piece of shit, you are always be worthless piece of trash. Get away from our life. Then and they were burning his body little bit. Then he said, get out of the house. He just kicked him out of the house, he said. Then Izuku said, I am a monster then. Then a woman, then suddenly the woman, I'm going to add Merlin here. When her quirk will be little bit like update quirk. Update. She can update the things, update the human body or update herself as never growing age. She is the age of ages like All For One age, but she is living little bit longer than All For One said. Hey kid, what's wrong with you? She said it to Izuku. Izuku said, I'm a monster. Said, why do you suppose you are a monster? Then she had updated her every single body, and she saw something in this boy. Said, the power. She saw his power. And it was not a quirk. She just said, it is not. You don't have a quirk really. Izuku said, I don't have a quirk because said I have a quirk, but it is too monstrous. Said monstrous. Let me see it. And said, I am afraid of my own quirk. Then she just saw this boy's power. Said she was a little bit afraid, but said, kid, you are too strong. Can you do you want to be come? Do you want come with me, son? Huh? And said, okay. Then they go, and now Izuku is at age 10. He is most likely homeschool because he is not comfortable with any other. Now he's good. He is the only he has only loved one of his life. He said the girl Merlin. He said, you are the only thing in my world. I don't have anyone anymore. Then said Merlin said, do you want to be? He said, I want to become a hero. Then Merlin make him the axe Rita, divine axe Rita. They make him the axe actually stockpile the power because she knows the state of his power. They said, your power is stronger at the day, but at the night you are at the critical state. You are the weakest thing. Then said, and Izuku said, what should I do then? Then Merlin make a weapon for him that stockpiles power from the sun, just like solar system, but it gives the power to his body. Then Izuku said, thank you. And he was about to say mom. Then said, Merlin said, what did you call me? And said, nothing. Then said, say it. And said, I said your mom. Then she said, okay, my son. And then Izuku was a little bit happy. Then he go to the same middle school where the Canon Deku used to read in the school. He said, "My name is." He didn't say Izuku Midoriya. He said, "My name is Escanor Marsaki. Escanor Marsaki. Escanor Murasaki. Escanor Murasaki. Escanor Murasaki." Then they all said, "What is your quirk?" And Izuku just said in prideful way, "My quirk is sunshine." And said, "What does it do?" Then Escanor said, "You will see." With a prideful face, with a little bit of a cockiness. Then he goes in this what if Bakugo. No, I'm not going to gender bend Bakugo. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't need to be with him. Then Bakugo said, after a week, they said, "Come on, let's bully the new kid. He never show off his quirk. He doesn't have the muscle or thing because it will happen later. Get it? Later." Then they all started to bully him, and Deku said, "I'm going to call him Deku for right now." Deku says, "You are bullying me, huh? You will not live if you bully me." Then everybody was getting scared. Then one of that had a hardening quirk. He's hit Deku. His hand break. Then said, "What just happened?" And then said, "My hands break." His hand got broken and said, "Ow, I cannot bear the pain." And then said, Baku was a little bit getting surprised and said, "Ah, you have a hardening quirk or something like that." And said, "Hardening quirk my ass. My power is called sunshine. I am the one who stand above all of you. I will make you sorry for being born into my world like this." He got to his prideful emotion. A fire ignite started to coming out of his body, and he make a huge fireball just like this, and said, "This is my full power. I'm going to kill you today that you will never ever to use this like this. You are weak. You are an insect in front of me. I am the pinnacle of all power. I am the almighty Escanor, the kings of kings." They were getting scared and they ran and said, "Kaki back." Then Bakugo, he was scared the shit out of him, so he started to calling him a monster. And Izuku said, "When you meet somebody stronger than you, you call them a monster. I am Escanor, the sin of pride." He picked himself his own name. His hero name will be Escanor, yes, of course Escanor. Then, after many outcomes, and now for 15 years he has developed the muscles. In now he has to stay in a muscle state at the daytime. At the night, Rita saved him. And then we go, what the 10 months of training, it's nothing to compare to him. And now he is going to the same path as the Canon Deku, because he wanted to go to home quickly. And then Izuku was just walking pridefully, and the sludge villain saw this, said, "Kid, you have a great muscular body, I want you." And then Izuku said, "Huh? The trash like you have doesn't place to stand with me." He just burned the sludge villain. And All Might just see this and said, "A strong quirk, really?" He didn't come there. He said, "Hey kid, you have a very strong quirk." And said, "Thank you, All Might." And said, "Don't you want my autograph?" All Might said. And Izuku said, "No, sir, I don't want your autograph." Then he just leaving and said, "I'm the number one hero." Then said, "So what? When I become a hero, I will surpass you anyway, so why should I need your autograph or something that shit like that?" And then All Might said, "Do not be too confident. Overconfidence can kill anything." And said, "Kill me? Ha ha. Dream on." Then All Might said, "Oh, this kid is too much overconfidence." And said, "He has too much pride on himself." Then he said, "Huh, kid, go on." And then it didn't happen now at the entrance exam. At the entrance exam in the written test, Izuku is he is the top of the whole thing. He is at the top. And then came the combat test, and now the combat test everyone was getting ready. He had muscle, everything. He was little bit bigger than he then said, he just said, "Hey man, are you a teacher or are you a student here?" And say, "Are you here to do the entrance exam, boy?" And said, "Entrance exam, mister." And said, "I am a student. I am here to do the entrance exam already. Get the fuck out of my face, little shit." And then they all just go. And then Izuku was just using his he was planning to using his half power of his axe. Then said, "No weapons allowed." Then said, "Okay." He just keep the weapon in. He just hit the weapon in the ground, and the weapon was stuck in the ground. And said, "Hey, I will take it when I come back." And President Mike said, "This thing is just wait." And President Mike tried to move it, and he couldn't even budge it a little bit because his power made it so heavy that it cannot be lifted, but only he can lift it. He cannot even lift the slightest bit, and he called other teacher and said, "How did this kid lift this heavy thing?" Then they said, "Leave it there." Then the exam started. Izuku just using his own physical strength, beating every robot. He got past 300. All Might record passed. I don't know All Might's record, so let's just say he passed All Might's record. He said, he said, "It's too much easy." Then said that I don't need to do anything anymore. I am already the strongest. He just was standing on the roof and looking at the other student, and then the 0 pointer came. Uraka was strapped under there, and he said, "That thing is worthy for me. I think that that is no match for me, but still I will do it." And then he just go there and he just cracking his knuckles and doing my exercise and said, "Serve my will, Rita." The axe starts falling through his hand. He blocked the robot's leg with his bare hands. Everybody was shocked and said, "Oh, he blocked it." And then he used the axe to cut it half. And everybody was shocked to see this full horror scene and said, "That is a freaking monster." Every teacher was cheering, said, "Oh, that today we have a very strongest kid." And Nezu said, giving 100 points. He saved himself and the girl with excellent pace. I think he is even stronger than All Might. All Might was just seeing this and said, "Oh, wow, this kid is too strong. I think he should be my successor." All Might said, "This kid will be my successor no matter what. He will make him give this." I'm not giving Deku or one for all. Forget about it. He will be broken too much. And then the first day he was waiting for the UA letter. The the U letter came. He was waiting for the U. Then he said, "You are in class 1A. You have got the most. You are the first. Everything in that." And the first day of UA, he said to Merlin, said, "Mom, I'm leaving." And Merlin said, "Okay, son, have a nice day." And then he just go. He carry his axe all. He doesn't carry his all axe because axe mean divine axe Rita. He doesn't carry the weapon all the time. He left it at home, at the spot where he can always pick it up just by using his power. Then he came to the first day. He was not that much big at all, but he came. Ochaku said, "Thank you for saving." Said, "My name is Ochaku Uraraka." Then said, "Okay." I said, "My name is Eskenor." The name I give him. Sorry, the name that I give him. I forget myself. And said, "I will." He said, "Okay, Eskenor." Then everybody was having. Everybody was talking. Then Aizawa came and said, "We come on. We have to go. We have to go to my test. The test that Aizawa gave." And said, "Okay." Then said, "Escanor, come in front." Said, "Throw the what was your throw at your middle school?" Said, "My middle school, I never throw a ball really." And said, "What?" They said, "I was homeschooled my entire life, but if I have thrown," I said, "I throw 1,000 meter without using Kirk." And said, 1,000 meter without using Kirk. "You're kidding me, right?" And said, "No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding you at all." And said, "Okay, then throw the ball right now with using your Kirk." And said, "My Kirk, okay." He said, "I don't know that much. I need to use my Kirk, but okay." He just used a little bit of more strength and go. He didn't go all out because if he goes all out, the school will not survive the compound shock. Then he threw it. It goes up to infinity. Then said, "With infinity." Aizawa said, "This kid." Then he was too prideful at every test. He said, "Why should I do the test? I am already stronger than him." Then said, Aizawa said, "You are too prideful, you know that." And said, What if I am prideful? What is it to you?" Then said, You don't get more prideful every day. You get prideful every single day. Bakugo has an anger. He hates Deku to his entire core of life. Todoroki was literally intrigued by this and said, "What is his quirk really?" Then Izuku just heard the name, said, "Todoroki, Tenya, Ida, Shoto Todoroki, Tenya, Ida, and Escanor, come in front, you have a race." He just named the herd of Todoroki. He was igniting fire from his whole body and said, "Todoroki, endeavor." The fool, with anger, every fluid of body ran to him and said, "Calm myself, I am the strongest, I know that." Then he said, "Okay." He just wins every test, fulfilled, aced it every test. Then the heroes versus villain. All Might said, "I am walking through the door like a normal person." Then Deku said, "It's not working. You are not a normal person if you are running like that." Then said, "Okay." Then everybody got to his hero suit. Now I'm going to look for the second course. His hero costume is literally like this. He doesn't have that much any protection. He's just carrying. He doesn't have that divine X, just that. And then he was just sitting. He said, "Come on." He was sitting with Uraraka. Then said, "Okay." And then Bakugo trained himself so hard that he can match up with it. Said, "Damn Deku, I'm going to kill you." And said, "Kill you, eh?" my foot kill you. He catches Bakugo's head just by luck, just by he catches Bakugo's head and catching his head just in thin air and slamming him on the ground instead. You weakling, you think that you can defeat me, huh? Weak. He just by using one punch, he punched to the hall. An All Might was said, oh shit, if the so intense battle, if I give this boy my good, he will be unstoppable. Said, this is my he will be my perfect success, and no matter what. And then Bakugo let off his whole great explosion and said he released it on Deku. Because of this, Deku's favorite thing got snatched away. Deku's favorite thing was snatched away. The locket was destroyed. That that had a photo of him and Merlin, and said the Merlin he called mom really and said my. And everybody shocked that anything didn't happen to him, and he was just looking at the lockets and said, "You burn it." And then Bakugo said, "Yeah, you bastard! How did you do that?" He said, "You burned it. You burned it." And Bakugo said, "What did I burn? It doesn't matter. How did you? It doesn't matter, you crazy bastard." And said, "I am Escanor, the one above all. I do not have hatred toward anyone. I feel pity towards those who are weak to me." And he just called, "Rita, serve my will." His axe suddenly flying to the roof and came into his hand and said, "I will not kill you. I am the greatest of all." He just uses his axe just like Bakugo. He cut the whole building into half. And All Might was surprised and said, "Oh, too strong. This kid is too strong." He got to his muscular form little bit of muscle and said, "I will make you feel sorry for you were born into my world." Everybody could listen to this because they had air from the camera and mic. And All Might said, I need to go there," and then All Might just blocked the punch he was going to give and said, and Deku said, "All Might, I pity you too, because you are too under me. You are not match for me. You will never be the match for me." Then he uses his enormous punch, and All Might didn't see it and said, "How did you?" And said, "You are not the only one with superpower, you fool." He said he was making just like this photo. He holds a big fireball just like this and said, "You are no match for me, All Might." All Might was scared to the hell and said he was keep beating him, but he doesn't move at all because he's not more weaker. He could have beat Escanor if he was at his prime state, but he's not at his prime state at all. He was getting scared and said he just use it at Bakugo. This picture is, I think, appropriate for that. Yes, this picture is good. He using his fireball at a certain degree, he could not even think that anything was possible. He He was scared and said, and Merlin came. Merlin said, "You have lose it again." And said, "Mom, step out of the way already." And said, "I won't. You stay. You have to step out." "I won't. I am the one who stand above all. I know, kid. You are the one. Stop it already." And said, "No." He destroyed the